You know, we can be Republican or Democrat or independent, but above all, we should simply be Americans. What binds us together is not specific policies or political candidates, but a commitment to a Constitution that limits the power of government over our lives and protects our fundamental liberties. The role of government is, well, it's a lot like the role of a referee in a football game. I mean, the purpose of the guys in the striped shirts just to make sure that the game is played fairly and evenly and that neither team cheats and they have to play by the same rules. A big controversy erupted over the NFL championship game because a referee went over to Tom Brady at the end of the game just to congratulate him. Now, while it seemed innocent enough, Jacksonville Jaguar fans questioned if the officials had revealed that, well, that ref wasn't really wearing a striped shirt after all, but a Patriots jersey. I doubt there was much more than the ref simply offering a deserved point of respect for a superstar player who keeps finding a way to win. If there was some home cooking in the NFL, that would be scandalous. But something far more odious is beginning to waft through the air at the highest levels of the FBI and Department of Justice. Weeks ago, we learned that the FBI agent who personally interviewed Hillary Clinton and who determined that in spite of overwhelming evidence that she had recklessly handled classified documents, unlawfully deleted public records, and perhaps been just a little less than honest to Congress and the FBI, this agent recommended that nothing happened to her. The agent, Peter Strzok, and his in-office fellow FBI agent and secret lover, Lisa Page, exchanged thousands upon thousands of text messages and talked about their support for Hillary and their hostility to Donald Trump. Strzok was one of the first people hired by Special Counsel Robert Mueller. He was later dismissed from that unit because of the discovery of those texts. But then there's the case of Assistant FBI Director Andy McCabe. His wife was a Democratic candidate for state senate in Virginia, received almost $800,000 from political action committees that were controlled by Clinton confidant and former Virginia Governor Terry McAuliffe. Oh, and then there's Bruce Ohr, an Associate Attorney General, also a holdover from the Obama administration, who met with the writer of the infamous Russia dossier designed by a company called Fusion GPS. Remember, that dossier was financed by the Hillary campaign to smear candidate and now President Donald Trump with information that has since been debunked. But as said on TV, but wait, there's more. The scandal doesn't stop there. Guess whose wife actually worked at Fusion GPS, which wrote the phony documents and was paid $10 million by the Clinton campaign? If you guessed the wife of Bruce Ohr, you'd be right. Okay, if you're a little confused at this point, and you probably are, because the narrative of the press has been that the Russians meddled in the election. But while they undoubtedly tried to disrupt the elections, there is no evidence that they changed a single vote. I am deeply distraught by something far more sinister, and that's the possibility that ranking agents in the FBI and Department of Justice use the power and authority of their positions to meddle in the elections, and being unsuccessful in changing the outcome, have attempted to subvert the election by trying to delegitimize the election results. Our Constitution's first 10 amendments spell out the limits of our government and the power of you, the people. If we discover that the FBI or the DOJ somehow used positions to punish their political enemies and advance their political allies, quite frankly, this would make the Watergate break-in seem like a fraternity prank. I'm confident the overwhelming majority of FBI and DOJ agents are highly dedicated professionals and totally trustworthy. But the fish rots from the head, and Congress and perhaps another special counsel needs to fix this smell. Because if I lied to the FBI or the IRS, I'll probably go to jail. But if they lie to me, please tell me, how on earth do they get to keep their jobs? In any public or private roles, texting between a key staffer and his mistress would be of a concern. But in a government investigation with a special prosecutor and an FBI lawyer, let me tell you just a few examples of the texting between Peter Strzok and Lisa Page and the improprieties they revealed. In August of 2015, Lisa Page wrote, "I just saw my first Bernie Sanders bumper sticker. Made me want to key the car." Peter Strzok wrote back, "He's an idiot like Trump." Figure they cancel each other out. Then in March of 2016, Lisa wrote, "God, Trump is a loathsome human. Yet he may win," Peter Strzok replied. Later that month, Page wrote her concerns about their text. "So look, you say we can text on that phone when we talk about Hillary because it can't be traced?" Then in November 2016, Peter Strzok responded to Donald Trump's election victory in 2 words, blanking terrifying. Well, there are so many stories, leaks, and revelations flying out of Washington, it's nearly impossible for the average person to even keep up with them. But our first guest may be able to help us cut through some of the confusion.